Hi, everybody. Leann Forst here with leannforst.com. And I would like to welcome my guest today, Nicole Perrotta. Welcome,
Hey,
Nicole.
hi. So excited to be chatting with you today.
I'm excited to have you. So, Nicole's going to be talking today about emotional wellness in the workplace. And I'm going to just read your bio real quick here. Okay, Nicole? As a conflict transformation and an emotional intelligence expert, Nicole speaks, coaches, and trains leaders who yearn to bring out the best in themselves and their team. And by combining Fortune 500 best practices with emotional intelligence skills and conflict transformation tools, she brings a unique, fun, and powerful approach to leading teams with heart and wisdom. I love that, heart and wisdom. So,
I'm so sorry. Excuse me. We got some allergies here in Austin.
that's okay. Bless you.
Bless
Bless you.
me. Thank you.
So I love that description. It kind of is high level, though. I was thinking for our listeners, trying to figure out maybe some organizations trying to figure out if you're a good fit for their organization to work with, different clients. Can you kind of go into more detail on what you do and how you help workplace wellness and emotional intelligence in the workplace?
Yeah. So at another explanation at high level, what I do and what my organization does is we develop and deliver programs that address needs for organizations. So let me give you an example because that'll explain a little bit more. And we really address it from a communications standpoint, from a conflict transformation standpoint, and an emotional wellness perspective. So for example, one of my clients is the women of AT&T, and I've had the pleasure of working with them for 6 years now. And about 4 years ago, they came to me and said, hey, we need to develop a program to help get our members ready to be in leadership. Okay, we've seen a trend over the last 5 to 10 years of people and organizations recognizing that you need diversity and inclusion in leadership roles within the organization. I think AT&T has been one of the people that's in the forefront of that. Sent Marshall left AT&T to go be the CEO of Mavericks. AT&T just announced Ann Chow as CEO of Business. Warner Media just promoted Letitia into a very head role over diversity and inclusion, and them seeing that, they challenged the women of AT&T, who is, by the way, one of the largest women-run nonprofits in the U.S. They're pretty impressive. They have over 26,000 members, and they do a lot, not only for their members, but also the community. And so they came to me and I said, hey, we would have this challenge. We want to help get our leaders ready for this opportunity that's coming down the road, right? So we created the RISE program. And I like that we initially called it a confidence program, but it really was more just getting ready from a mindset perspective, getting ready from a skill set perspective, and also getting ready from mental, emotional, and physical perspective to be in those executive leadership roles. And what it's evolved to over the last 3 years that we've been running it is people are realizing that a lot of times they get in the way of achieving their own dreams, and whatever their dream is as a leader, whether it's going to be to go be a CEO of AT&T Business, or maybe it's just to lead their team in project management, or maybe they want to go out and create their own business. But whatever their dream is, this program really helps them get ready from that from a mental, physical, and emotional point of view.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty
Like,
exciting. We've gotten a lot of rave reviews over it, so we're pretty excited about the program.
now tell me, drill down on the program. How long is it? What does it look like? What's included in it? What can they expect to get out of it or learn from it?
Yeah. Okay. So it's a 6-month program that's delivered 12 workshops every other week. They're delivered virtually, so via Zoom, this platform, because as you can imagine, with AT&T, they have a lot of employees across the nation. So women of AT&T obviously have a lot of members across the nation. In fact, this year, in 2020, we have several international women of AT&T members in there. And this year we've actually invited people outside of the women of AT&T, because women of AT&T has done such a great job that they're inviting people outside of the women of AT&T so they can have this experience. But it's 6 months, it's 12 workshops, as well as 4 special projects. And the way we really structure this and what people can expect is you come in with a particular goal in mind. And we really encourage every leader that enters this program to identify for themselves what makes them unique and different, because that is our gift to the world, right? You have skill sets, I have skill sets, we have all these amazing things, and your skill set doesn't need to be the same as mine, right? If we both have different skill sets and we both contribute to the world, everything's going to be more enriched and better. And so we start with them recognizing what their value is. And then throughout the program, what we do is we teach them to establish and embrace mindsets that empower them to take the actions necessary to get the results that they want. And again, it comes from, we always work in 3 different areas: the mental aspect of it, getting our mind right; the emotional aspect, how can we navigate these emotions that leaders have to navigate through every day? We know that, right? Leaders have to not only deal with their own emotions so that they will respond to a situation versus react, but they're also dealing with other people's emotions, right? And then lastly, from a physical perspective, meaning we have to take care of ourselves. Any executive leaders that you've seen out there that's worth their salt, they know that self-care is a top priority. We all know the example of the airplane example. When we get on the airplane, before we take off, the steward or stewardess lets us know that in the event of an emergency, the oxygen is going to drop. And the adults and the healthy people on the plane, aka the leaders, they need to take that oxygen first, because if they don't take that oxygen first, they're not going to be able to help everybody else. And so that is, at a very, very high level, what people experience through this program is really understanding, who am I? What do I want in life? How can I ensure that I'm ready to go out there and capture every opportunity that's available to me and live that dream life?
I love that. So many times people in general, or women in general, I know, get in their own way, and they take care of everybody else first before we take care of ourselves. So self-care is a big one. And I know that, especially in the workplace, stress and anxiety are at an all-time high. Do you deal with that a lot or see that a lot?
We deal with how to navigate through stress a lot throughout this program, because it's interesting that 83% of the workforce is stressed. I don't know about you, but when I was in corporate America, I felt like 100% of the people I dealt with were stressed. But according to statistics, it's 83% of the people. But what's more interesting is I think it was a Gallup poll that identified that the highest stress category, when you break it down by age, is actually from 30 to 49. Okay, that's where a lot of mid-level to executive leadership lies right now, right? These are people coming up and learning how to be those leaders. And on top of that, what's even more interesting, when you look at all those people that are stressed, especially in that age group, it's women that tend to be more stressed than men. So it's interesting, because you've got to teach people tools and how to navigate that stress and navigate that anxiety, because stress can be good. It can motivate you, right? But if you let it go too far, then it can be paralyzing and you're going to be less effective. And if you as a leader are less effective, then everyone you're leading are going to be least effective. So it's very important for leaders to recognize and have a plan and how they're going to address that for themselves, and also be that example for the people that they lead.
Yeah. Oh, I love that, because so yeah, when I'm working with my clients, I noticed that, well, stress is like a number 1 health issue, and anxiety is so prevalent today. And, they have now proven that your thoughts can actually change your cells, change you at a cellular level. So you could actually think yourself sick. So stress, even though it seems intangible, it really becomes tangible because it can manifest itself as a physical illness in your body. And so it's really important to recognize it and address it, whether it's in the workplace or at home. And I guess that's where the emotional intelligence part comes into your job, right?
It is, yeah. And I want to kind of point out something, that it is 100% true that you can worry yourself sick. I think, I can't even remember the stats right now, but billions are spent on stress-related health issues in the US annually. But if you think about it, if you can think yourself sick, you can think yourself healthy, and you can think yourself into great success. You can achieve, I think one of the things I hear from our RISE graduates the most is, I didn't think I could do this. I'm an introvert. I didn't think I could speak my voice in this meeting. And then I did that. And now I have, 2 interviews next week, and I have an opportunity for a new position that I've really been wanting my whole life and never thought that I could do it. Right. And to your point too, that when you learn these tools and how to use them and how to really move your life forward in your work, it spills over into home, right?
Yeah.
I've had so many of these RISE graduates and other clients that I have come and tell me, and they're like, Nicole, I know this was for work, but you won't believe this. Like, my son's mowing the lawn now because of that tool you taught me the other day. My husband's taking out the trash, right? And I had someone tell me the other day that their husband, and her had been having issues for years over what they were going to do when they retired, because they both had different views on how they were financially going to set themselves up. And they used some of those tools, and they were actually able to talk about it, listen to each other, and develop a plan that met both their needs. So a lot of people come into this thinking, oh, I'm just going to be a great leader when I come out, but they learn these tools that are ever present and useful in all aspects of their lives. And that's,
oh my gosh,
that's what's amazing. And that's what gets me excited about doing this every day. And that's why I just never get tired of it, because if you embrace these tools and embrace these mindsets, it just works.
That's awesome. The mind is very powerful. I mean, really, it really can determine your path of just understanding and getting the right tools in place. And so speaking of that, then I love how your program works, but what kind of tools do you use in your program to help people, to lead them down the path of emotional wellness?
So we do provide a lot of different tools and skill sets throughout. All of them are based in kind of four philosophies, educations, whatever you may call it. So one is positive psychology. And positive psychology is similar to regular psychology, except when you go to a psychologist or a therapist, they're trying to help you get from like a -6 to a 0 on the happiness scale, so to speak. Positive psychology is working from that 0 point to a +6. Okay, so you're just trying to move it along the scale a little bit more into that happiness zone. Conflict transformation is another core principle that we work from in toolset. Conflict transformation is very similar to conflict resolution. We've all heard of that. What makes it different in the transformation is we use a lot of the same tools, but again, it starts with the mindset, and that we want to look at conflict as something that can create positive change, as opposed to just throwing tools at it to get out of the way, so to speak. And then we use NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. That is just a very fancy term for, we study how successful people have become successful. So Tony Robbins is really big, leverages NLP a lot. And then once we know what successful people are doing, we implement those. And then last is just this, is emotional intelligence. Okay, so how do I navigate through all these emotions? How do I listen to an emotion and take the information from it and make a sound decision based on who I am and where I want to go, as opposed to just being that little Tasmanian devil and reacting. So those are the 4 principles. And then underneath all of that, obviously, we deal with self-care, because I'm a big proponent of self-care. I can see when I'm not practicing self-care, how it affects my business. It affects my ability to be the great wife and mom that I want to be. And so self-care is a big underpinning in all of that as well.
Yeah, that you got to take care of yourself in order
100%.
to lead others and to lead your family and everything around you. Are there particular protocols or tools that you recommend for self-care or emotions or anything like that?
Yes. So we actually have one workshop completely dedicated to natural solutions to combat stress and anxiety in the workplace. Okay. So we do a 90-minute workshop on that, and then we give people homework to actually practice and integrate it for the next 2 weeks until our next workshop. And in that one, we use a combination of some positive psychology tools as well as essential oils. And some people might think, like, essential oils, what does that have to do with being a good leader? Well, it is a tool that we use in order to help reduce the stress and anxiety in the workplace. And what I love about essential oils is there's such a wide variety of oils that you can use. And so, for example, if someone's like, I don't want to use oils, I don't like the smell of lavender. Well, that's okay. There are tons of other oils that are just as effective and can do the same thing for you, because they have amazing properties. And what I like about the oils is that I think it helps you on 2 levels. So one, it actually is able to help you on a cellular level of reducing that anxiety from a kind of a chemical point of view. It can penetrate those cells, which a lot of other medications cannot, and it can truly help you actually decompress. The other thing too is we all know that smells are very powerful, and we create these kind of like a scent library. And in that workshop, we want to create good feelings associated with particular smells of those oils. So when they get their emotional or the essential oil leadership kit, as part of the program, they get 3 oils that will help them in 3 different avenues. So we have an I'm Enough oil, okay? And what that does is really get you in touch with, hey, you know what? I am enough to handle my life just the way I am today. And we use cinnamon in there to kind of as a grounding. We use a little bit of spearmint for uplifting and kind of getting that mind going. And then we use about 4 or 5 other oils. Another thing, or another element in oil in that I'm Enough blend is ylang ylang, which I love because it smells good, but it also is very calming and gets you very centered. Another one that we use is Balance and Calm. So there's a doTERRA proprietary blend called Balance. I love Balance because for me it smells really good, and it really does help you balance that emotion. It helps you maintain a calm situation. You know, when maybe your cube mate is like tapping the pen over and over again, driving you nuts, right? Yeah. I can just grab that Balance and Calm, roll it on my wrist, and have a Zen moment. I might even do that and walk outside and get in nature a little bit and take a walk, right? So that I can calm my thoughts and come back and talk to him about, hey, maybe clicking our pen constantly is a little bit distracting for other people, and we could find another way to get that energy out, right? It's a much more productive conversation than like knocking me up the head and saying, stop doing that. And then the other one is an uplifting blend that we use, which combines 4 different citruses, because we all know that citrus tends to uplift us. And so what we do, I'm rambling a little bit, but
that's okay.
What's really exciting about that, and what I like about combining the oils with positive psychology, almost like creating an anchor. So when I smell the smell, I know that it's time to get calm. So you're training your brain. We all want to train our brain. We're training our brain that when I smell the smell, I know how to get to that calm state because I've gotten to that calm state over and over again. And it just gives you that 6 seconds that you need in order to take that deep breath, get back to a present state where you can, again, just respond instead of react. Because people are watching how you respond and react to situations, even when we don't think that they are.
They certainly are. And so you said I Am Enough. That's the blend that you made yourself. You kind of formulated that blend with different single oils. Yes. And then there's the doTERRA proprietary blend, Balance. And then was there a third blend, or did I miss it?
There is. I called it an uplifting blend.
Is it Cheer?
I'm sorry?
Is it Cheer, or what? Which one is it? Is it
no, actually, this is one I created too. I have a lot of blends that I go to, but this is one I created too, which is 5 different citrus oils.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah. But I do want to tell you, there's 2 other oils that I absolutely love. There's a new one called Adaptive. You've used it, right?
Yes.
Adaptive is really amazing. I like to call it kind of in the oil blend. We have an oil drip oil as well as a
roller bottle.
I like to think of it as Xanax without the side effects, without making you sleepy. It's one of those, when you have it in oil and a roll-on, it's one of the things that you can go to in the moment when your stress has spiked. I like to call it outside of your optimal performance zone, your OPZ. So we all have a stress zone that's good, right? It's enough stress to get us motivated and get us exciting. It's kind of like if you love sports, right before you go on that field, you're like, woo, right? But when we have too much stress, then we become paralyzed and we start making bad decisions. If everyone remembers they went postal kind of concept. when you get to that point, you can grab that adaptive rollerball and put it on there. And what's also awesome is there's a capsule supplement that you can use and take on a daily basis to help you maintain that calm all the time. So it's kind of like you have your daily anti-anxiety medication supplement with 0 side effects that keeps you steady all along. And then when you get outside of your optimal performance zone, you can use the roller blend.
Yeah, and the adaptive is another doTERRA proprietary blend as well.
It is.
And I love that it comes,
wonderful.
3 different ways. Capsules, that one that you can diffuse, and then one you can roll on or travel with and put on topically as well. And I like that it's an alert serenity.
Yes.
If that makes any sense.
So and I love that. Yes, that I love that term because it's
alert serenity. What person does not need more alert serenity, right? I think I need that every day.
Especially when you're going into that meeting that you're nervous about, or like right after lunch, that 1:30 or 2 o'clock meeting, you do need to be alert. You don't need to be in that lull, but you also need to be calm.
Yes. And because I love essential oils, I'm a certified essential oils coach, and I use them in my practice, my clients, and I've seen amazing results, especially for mental health, anxiety, stress, mood balance, sleep, all those things, energy, because they're so small molecularly, that's a hard word to say, that they cross the blood. They cross the blood-brain barrier.
Yes.
To affect mood, behavior, learning, focus, all those things that who couldn't use, a little bit of help with, right?
Yes.
I use them on my kids all the time. So I think more people want to go that way, want to go away from pharmaceuticals, which every single pharmaceutical on the market today has side effects, and they want to go and they're looking toward more natural solutions for their health because they know they need to stop the insanity of all these pharmaceuticals that have the side effects, and you're just chasing the side effects with more pharmaceuticals to address the side effects, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And
it's interesting that you say that, because with all of the programs that I create, I do really try to include a self-care a module within it. And so anytime that's included, we always have we always include in there a aromatherapy consultation, right? Because I truly believe so much that these oils can help. And in doing so, what I find is so many people in the workplace right now, a lot of them are dealing with anxiety. They've been on medication and they're like, I just so badly want to get off of the pharmaceutical medication for my anxiety. I want to be able to handle it on my own because I don't like the side effects. Mm-hmm. And I hear that so often. And it's nice that we have a tool in that to help them do that, along with,
right.
You have to do other things like, working out regularly, making sure you drink enough water, meditating, affirmations. We include all that in there, but it's also nice to have that physical thing that makes a big difference right away.
Right. I mean, so yeah, I think I need you to come to my house and teach me more emotional intelligence. Because I need some more. I can use a little bit more emotional intelligence.
Well, I'm your girl.
Well, this has been great, really great information. And so let me just be clear for our listeners. Do you coach, I know you coach organizations, obviously, but can you help people one-on-one as well?
I would say 90% of my business is helping organizations as a whole. Yes, I do help individuals occasionally, yes, but for the most part, it's primarily organizations and developing programs. And then within those programs, we always incorporate how I can help those people individually, if that makes sense.
I gotcha. So you can bring that personal touch into the program, right?
100%.
One-on-one.
People within the program get on the spot coaching, and then coaching outside of the program.
Okay. Well. And if somebody wanted to reach out to you for essential oils, emotional wellness, how would they reach you?
The best way to reach me is through email. So they can reach me at Nicole, Nicole, at transformationllc.com. So transformation, transformation, LLC, like limited liability company.com.
Okay, this has been great information. I really appreciate you informing us with all this and letting us know what's going on. So thanks for listening, and bye for now.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, it's paused. All right.
Okay, was that good? Was I
yes.
overactivated? Okay.
No, it was so good. So good. So natural and fun.
Oh my God, I was so nervous. I
Okay,
should do
wait.
interviews with you all the time. It's way easier to be interviewed by
I think it's pause or stop recording. Hold on, we're still recording.